LegacyMaker, the All Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. Darrell, Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network, and Monday Night Football just ended. The Chicago Bears win 31-15 over the Washington Redskins. This game was pretty much dominated by the Chicago Bears. The Redskins made a little bit of a run towards the end, near the third quarter, going into the fourth, but it just wasn't enough. A 4th-and-1 play deep in the Bears territory where Case Keenum would try to jump over the pile. The ball was fumbled. Chicago took over from there, and the play of David Montgomery just running the ball, doing a phenomenal job. He had 13 carries for 67 yards, carrying the rock to help finish that game for the Chicago Bears. Now, Trubisky had a pretty decent game, 25 for 31. He had 200-plus yards, and he had the 3 touchdowns. All 3 of those touchdowns going to Taylor Gabriel, who had 6 receptions for 75 yards today. So if you had Taylor Gabriel on your fantasy team, it was something to smile about today. But the Chicago Bears getting themselves set as they take on the Minnesota Vikings next week. The Washington Redskins, on the other hand, not so well. There was a lot of things that didn't go their way in this game, and they were down 28-0. You started hearing chants of, let's bring in Haskins. Chicago Bears fans were really giving it to him at one point. But what I will say is there's a lot of bright spots. Terry McLaurin, he has 6 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown today. Paul Richardson had 8 receptions for 83 yards. He looked good today. Running game couldn't quite get there. AP was 12 carries for 37 yards. Keenum threw for 332 yards. But unfortunately, the 3 interceptions, with the 2 touchdowns just didn't mix. Clinton-Dix on the Bears side, just with the 2 interceptions, 1 going back for a touchdown. So a lot has to happen here for both of these teams to continue on in this season. The Bears seem to starting to click just a little bit. The Redskins have not been able to find that magic. Now the Redskins travel to New York next week to take on the New York Giants, see if they can get that first win of the season against Daniel Jones and the New York Football Giants. Now we'll take you to our post game with Redskins head coach Jay Gruden and Chicago Bears head coach Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky. I'm Darrell Owens of the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Until next time.
Hurt his ankle, came back in the game, and really hurt his knee a little bit, but he came back in the game.
Obviously, the 5 turnovers by Case is a big story here. What went wrong for him tonight?
Well, combination of things, really. A couple bad decisions maybe, jumping over the pile on 4th-and-1. You got to always protect the ball, get a half a yard. And then a couple, I think he got his arm hit on one. And then, safety read his eyes on another one. And I can't remember the other one. But obviously we got to do a better job protecting the football with this unit.
This defense continues to struggle a little bit. Is this still frustrating to third downs?
Well, we put them in a hole early. We gave them a 7-0 lead. We threw a ball right to 7-0. And I think we had another turnover, gave them a short field. I think we gave them a short field 3 times in the first half. But still, sudden changes happen in pro football. We got to do a better job getting off. Being on the sidelines and defense, I felt like there was some effort there, some physicality this week. Still a couple of things coverage-wise there in the red zone, we got to get cleaned up. Somebody not covering their guy, or we played in and out and somebody didn't play the in, somebody played the out, or two guys played the out, whatever they did. We got to get cleaned up. But effort-wise, tenacity, I felt a little bit better, but we got to be more productive.
You guys had the comeback there in the second half. It looked like the quick passing game was working for you. Then you went away from that, called a couple of runs. In retrospect, do you wish you had stuck with the passing?
Well, we called the first run to Chris, and he got 9 yards. I had second down and 1. I called the same play again. We have it's an RPO type thing, and I thought there was a big hole there. He could have got a yard, but he got stopped short somehow. And then on third one, we called our short yardage play, and AP couldn't get a yard. And then we tried to sneak it on fourth and a foot and jumped over the pile and got slapped out of there. So.
Jay, what'd you say to the team after this one?
We got to stick together. That's all we can do. We're in this together. Nobody wants to be in this position we're in. This is a National Football League. Teams win and lose every week. We happen to lose our first 3. Played 3 very good football teams. We got a lot of guys on offense who have never played together before ever until these 3 games. So got some talent. We just got to coach them up better, play better, be more balanced, and protect the football. And defensively, stay after it.
Khalil Mack was given the team fits, the offensive line. A lot the pressures from the Bears seem to be giving the offense a lot of challenges. What kind of things can you change in game, or do you consider to kind of alleviate that? Is there any things you were seeing that you would try or could try?
Yeah, not get down 21-0. That would help, and being third down and longs, that would help as well. We tried a couple of different things on first down. We had some play action shots called, and thought we had some good protection plan going, but you got a sack on one of them. Then we lost on a looping defensive tackle on another sack, and we tried to keep tight ends in and bang them. We tried to have Chris Thompson bang him. We tried a little bit of everything. He's just a great player, and unfortunately, when he gets in the position that he was in this week today, being up and some third downs, you're really going to see a special player shine, and he did.
Jay, you're 0-3. You drafted a quarterback in the first round. Is there a chance that you can make a switch at that position?
Not really, no. I think the most important thing is we have to have some continuity. I can't be changing people every 5 minutes here. So I think Case, I got to give Case an ample opportunity to play with these new guys. This is his first time in this offense, really. Donald Penn, Eric Flowers, their first time in this offense. Trey Quinn only played 2 games last year. I made this point before. We're not going to be perfect, but we need to be better, and I think we can get better. Otherwise, if I didn't think we had a chance to get better, then I would make a change. But I feel like Case has the tools to become a very efficient quarterback in this offense and get us some victories here moving forward.
Jay, I know if you could change it, you would, but 3 of the last 4 games at home, it's been 40-0, 24-0, 28-0. How corrosive do you think that is with the fans who are coming here?
It's brutal. It's brutal. And, we're giving everything we have. We're not producing. We're not playing good enough at home. And we're not giving these guys a reason to use this home field advantage. And that's the most disappointing thing, because we have a great home field advantage when it's rocking and we're in the game. Third downs are a lot more difficult for the opposing team. Our players get more into the game. We just have not been able to get any momentum in the last home games here until here in the fourth quarter late, trying to make a comeback, but then we fumbled. So something that has to be done. We have to do a better job at home.
Jay, understanding that the defense was put in some really tough spots by the offense and the turnovers, a lot of the issues on that side of the ball seem to be the same issues that you've been having consistently for multiple years now. What can you do to change some of those things, the communication, the shallow crosses that keep getting you guys in short yardage?
I think the communication's there. I think, it's just somebody either got picked or we know we're in man-to-man, so I don't know what happened there. I'll have to see. I don't know. We've had some people drop coverages before in man-to-man in those bunches and stacks and pick plays and play actions. No excuse. Just got to figure it out why. But I don't know if that happens all the time. It's happened a couple of times. Indianapolis got us a couple of times last year, and obviously tonight it showed up.
Okay, so to start within the game, we ended up having a right knee injury with Hicks. Hopefully he'll be okay, and then Taylor Gabriel's in the concussion protocol. Want to give credit to Cornelius Lucas for stepping up today, short notice with Bobby Massey's illness, and so I thought our guys did well there. It was a a great game by the defense in regards to getting turnovers and flipping the field, which was really good. I think there was 5 total turnovers, and then the offense there, second quarter, used the momentum from that, and then at the end, they were a little sloppy there with the red zone. But at the end, then the offense being able to get in 4-minute mode and churn up some first downs was good.
When did Bobby's illness come up?
Literally, like probably within, making a decision was probably within a half hour to an hour, but it was late. It was right before the deal. It was quick notice. He came in when we got here. He came in and said he wasn't feeling good, so I was like, okay, I guess we got to figure something out.
Was it like flu?
No, it's. I think it's a small case of vertigo, so. It's not really that good when you have a guy that has to be balanced for most of the game, and you're not feeling real good with that. So we'll see where that goes, but hopefully he's okay.
As injuries during the game go, Hicks, is any preliminary thoughts on just what you've heard, that kind of thing?
I think preliminary. I don't have anything for sure, but I feel like he'll be okay. I don't have anything more than that right now.
Was that something he was dealing with before this game?
I think he's a pretty big dude, so his knees. These guys, man, their knees can get messed up a little bit here, there, and wear and tear. But it just was getting sore on him, and so we'll kind of see where it's at in the next couple of days.
What was it like, kind of battling what was going on with Eddie and deciding either some pregame or Eddie Pinero?
Yeah, I was gonna say we have 3 Eddies, son.
with the kicks,
yeah.
Even during the game, what he can handle, what he couldn't.
Yeah, it was going back and forth the last couple of days, we didn't really know. I mean, he did well warming up, so I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. I had a plan either way, but Tabes came in and said that he's kicking the ball pretty well, and so he felt good. So that made my decision in regards to just say extra points. Being able to kick an extra point, you feel good there, and then you got to kind of test it out. It would have been great to hit that longer field goal. I forget the distance of it, but it would have been great to hit that. But again, I give him credit for fighting through that and fighting through the pain, and he did his job and then hit that big field goal at the end.
We talked about wanting to see Eddie respond after a miss. Because respond after a miss and make that field goal late while dealing with a knee injury. What is that?
Sure, that's big because in that position it can be mental, especially when you're not hurt very much. And kickers, unless they have something nagging that's going on, they're not getting banged up every game like these other guys are, where they have body ailments that they got to take care of throughout the week. So when something comes up and like that, and you're in a little bit of pain, you got to fight through it. And again, I give credit to Tabes and Jamie Cole and Eddie for coming up with a solution and making it work today.
For Mitch, what is your sense of the value of the second quarter of breaking out of that round slump offensively and getting 3 in a row?
Yeah, it was nice. It felt like, okay, finally, here we go. And it's all about confidence. And again, I'll take it to, you get a quick flip of the field, you get some momentum going with those turnovers, and then he made plays, and made a heck of a throw down the sideline to Taylor Gabriel, who made a great catch, got both feet in. So I know it didn't feel, I don't know what his exact numbers were, but it felt like his completion percentage was pretty high today. I didn't feel like there was a lot of incompletions, which sometimes can, when you get completions, it moves the sticks and you're able to get first downs. And so I felt good about that. We know we have a lot of room to grow, but it was nice to have that big second quarter. We'll be better. We'll execute better and be better there in the red zone. But again, I'm actually really proud. I keep going back to that 4-minute at the end of the game was nice because they know you're running the ball.
There were 3 throws in particular where receivers were pretty wide open relative to what you've had in the past. Was Mitch just seeing receivers that he hadn't been seeing before? Was the offense just producing?
What throws were they?
The 2 of the touchdown passes, and I think the one across the middle to Gabriel, I think. It just seemed like they were easy targets.
Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes they're easy. I mean, he's stepping up in the pocket or when he's making. There's so many things that go into it. But I want to give credit to Mitch for he had a really good week of practice. He was very, very mentally prepared. He's mentally strong. He understands that throughout this process, there's a lot of weight on his shoulders to do well. And I think that I like where he's at. We're slowly getting better. If you go back to week 1, where we were and then where we're getting better now. We know there's lots of room for improvement, but we were able to put some points on the board and get a win.
What did you like when just coming third down into?
Yeah, I think what were we 7 of 10, third down, 70%. So I'll take that all day long. Again, credit to our coaches who put a lot of time and energy into trying to scheme plays in that area, and then the players executing it.
How about the play calling rhythm that you felt?
Yeah, I felt better today. It still doesn't feel, it's still not where it needs to be, but I definitely felt better. We were able to get in a rhythm, and we were getting first downs, and anytime you get first downs, now you can get to that next call on the play sheet, and it's not. I don't know how many 3-and-outs we had today, but there was a few there towards the end. But I thought rhythm-wise was probably our best in the 3 games.
That's a bit of a broken record, but what can you say about the defense kicking open the floodgates on the takeaways?
Yeah, it's really impressive how this is 3 straight games in a row now where they're coming up. Now today it's turnovers, and then a touchdown. So anytime you have 5 turnovers and you only turn the ball over 1 time, that's a +4 ratio. You're going to win a lot of football games that way. I don't care what the other stats are. You're going to win. And we were tested there at the end. They were tested, and I it was a little bit of a swing there when we didn't get the touchdown on offense, and they went down and got one. That was a little bit of a swing, but our guys they hung tough, and they got that fumble there on 4th down and made a crucial stop, and then we went down in 4 minutes.
Coach, can you talk about what Ha has brought to this team since being assigned?
What he's brought to us?
Yeah, what he's brought.
Yeah, well, he has that veteran leadership. He came in here. Ha came in here, understanding what this culture was all about. We're really, I believe, pretty unique with the culture that we have going on. And he came in and was looking to fit in, and he did that. And so he's come in. He's worked hard every single day. He's become a leader, and you just heard him break it down in there and talk about family. And anytime that's the case, and then you're making plays on the field, that's exactly why he's here for that. So it's a good story.
What for you is the value of the second quarter being able to get that offense in the end zone 3 times in a row, bang, bang, bang?
Yeah, it was big for our offense just to get going tonight. Defense did a great job creating turnovers and getting the ball for us, and then I think we're just better in situational football. Scoring before half is always big. We're better on 3rd down, and I think that just belief and just executing on offense is what allowed us to go down and score. So we just got to keep growing, keep getting better, and keep doing that.
On the first touchdown pass to Taylor, the short one, when did you see him, and take us through the plays down a little bit, just how easily that came over?
Yeah, it was just a great man beater down there. We slid the protection, and he basically had to drop me DN and cover him. So I was going to run it in, but I wanted to throw it to him and get him a touchdown catch.
Mitch, how quickly did you kind of feel like you established a rhythm on offense, especially in that second quarter?
Yeah, I don't know when it happened, but we definitely felt like we established a rhythm. Just felt like the tempo helped us out a little bit. And it was just a great job by the guys getting in and out of the huddle. O-line did a great job protecting, creating holes in the run game, and just keeping them off balance. Just being better on 1st and 2nd down to create manageable 3rd down situations, and then converting on 3rd down I think was huge for us.
When you get results in a game like this, what does that tell you about where the process is in terms of building this offense?
Yeah, we just got to stick to the process, keep believing in what we're doing. We had a couple weeks where we struggled, but we were a little bit better tonight. It was just guys sticking to the plan, coming together, and just doing what we do best. And the O-line did a great job, and playmakers made plays on the outside. So if everyone just continues to stick together and execute our plays and believe and just go out there and make plays, it'll be a fun offense.
How specifically does the tempo help you?
What?
How specifically does the tempo help you?
I think it just helps create a rhythm. It helps the defense. It helps us see the defense. It makes them get lined up faster, so they don't know if we're checking or if we're running and going right away. So it kind of helps me see what they're doing. It makes them get lined up and kind of show their hand sometimes, but a couple times they don't. So
is Nagy using all the time he has when you're in the line early like that? Because that could be another advantage of that, right?
I think that's a scheme question, technically. So we're just trying to keep the defense off balance. And sometimes when you're stalling out on offense and not having success, when we did the first 2 weeks, you guys just got to change it up a little bit and do something different to throw out for the defense. And I think we just kept it a little more simple for our guys instead of a lot of formations and personnels. Kind of cut it down and just played simple football, block them up front, which our O-line did a great job, and let our playmakers make plays on the outside.
Mitch, when the defense scores like that, obviously good for you guys. Does that just add to the urgency, especially at that point where you'd been struggling to score touchdowns and Clinton-Dix scores? It just added to the
it was awesome
to kind of get it together.
I think it just created momentum for the whole team. So we don't think if the defense scores, we got to go down and score again. We just got like, all right, let's do our job. Let's go out there, back up the defense. They're doing their thing. They're doing a great job, and we know they're going to create turnovers, make big plays, and get us on the field. But we still got to go out there and do our job. So we got to go down there, score, and have their backs. And I think that allowed them to get even more excited to do their job because they saw us kind of doing our thing on offense tonight.
In that stretch, you had some open receivers, and obviously you hit them. But do you feel like that was kind of a breakthrough for the offense, or just it happened against the team the defense you're playing? Was it a breakthrough to run the offense like you did in the second quarter?
I mean, it's hard to define, but I think we're still improving as an offense, and it's definitely awesome when you have your guys getting open. I mean, that's how you design it. That's why you practice. That's why you rep the plays in the games, and we have the playmakers to where if we get man-to-man, we're going to let them separate, do it on their own, and when we're zone, they gotta see that just like I'm seeing it and find the open areas. So I think we're still growing and evolving as an offense. I don't know if I'd call it a breakthrough yet. We got to keep getting better, keep growing. Definitely room for improvement, and definitely in the second half, especially on my part. So I think if we just stick to the process and keep growing and keep learning and sticking together, we're going to be all right.
Mitch, on the third touchdown pass to Taylor, what did you see on that play, and what you needed to cut it loose when you
it was good. It was a great job by the O-line, just giving me time and allowing me to move a little bit and scramble, I think, a little bit. We had a double move called up, and it wasn't the perfect look that we got for it, but I think me creating a little time in the O-line, giving me a little pocket, I just felt like I'd try to put it in a spot where Taylor can make a play. And he did a great job getting his 2 feet down before half, and it's huge to score in those situations right before halftime.
Mitch, how did some of the movement behind the line of scrimmage help you today?
Like play action, but
yeah, all of that. Even the touchdown to Gabriel, where the action goes out the right side and you're coming back to the left.
Yep.
A couple times you had movement.
Yeah, it's good. I think it takes some pressure at the O-line. They're just not straight rushing every time. You're moving the pocket, creating different launch points. And I think, obviously, that's a strength of mine, throwing it on the run and just keep them off balance so they can't shoot gaps on us and make them cover the whole field side to side and keep the defense off balance.
What was working for you guys on third down tonight?
Third down, I think just great studying throughout the week and guys making plays. The O-line did a great job up front, and then guys knowing when it was man, when it was zone, and how to get open. And then just me getting the ball to the playmakers. But the O-line did a great job giving me time, and they did a great job getting open and knowing the situation. I think that was a focus for us this week, that we got to be better on third down. When we stay on the field, then we can be that dangerous offense we want to be and finish in that zone.
What kind of accomplishment is it to get points out of that 4-minute drive late in the game?
It was huge. Obviously, we stress as an offense that we want to stay on the field and win the game, so you'd love to convert that third down and go down and finish the ball and take a knee, but it was great. We felt like we did our jobs. The O-line did a great job in a known running situation to creating holes, and David did a great job running patient and making some big runs and getting points out of that. Obviously, you want to finish on the field, but we're going to keep growing, and I think that's something we could definitely roll over and feel good about for going into next week.
What happened on the interception?
Yeah, I think it was just a little predetermined on my part. We had a good play going on to the main side, and then I had a one-on-one option with A-Rob, and obviously you get a little excited when you get A-Rob pressed one-on-one into a fade. But the dude made a good play, and I was thinking back shoulder. He beat him over the top, kind of miscommunication and predetermined. So I would like to have that one back.
You've had some really nice escapes in your career, some really nice throws. That third touchdown in Taylor, do you get a sense in the moment how special a play like that is and how it shows really your full skill set?
Yeah, I don't really remember the full thing, except I just bought a little time and then threw it to Taylor. So I'll have to go back and watch it to see if it was actually cool or not. But it felt pretty good on the field, and I'm just glad it was actually called a touchdown, because from my point of view, it looked like he did get in, but then they didn't call it. So you're like, oh, dang, that was sweet, but I guess it didn't count. But then they turned it over, and it felt pretty good.
Mitch, specifically from an accuracy standpoint, what was different between the first quarter and the second quarter
Was I less accurate in the second quarter or more accurate?
It seemed like you improved from the first quarter to the second quarter.
I think just keeping a calm, steady mind and going out there doing my job and guys getting open. It makes it easier on me when the O-line's doing a great job and giving me time in the pocket. And I feel like I was just seeing the field tonight. And I just went out there with a calm mind and take it a one play at a time mentality. And the guys were getting open. And I felt like I was just putting it in the spot where they can make plays.
All right, thanks, everybody.
LegacyMaker, the All Sports Network.